Well, guys, I don't like playing the games that the left plays. However, when they shut down all these YouTube channels because Southern Poverty Law Center is getting, well, it's called racketeering. They get people to write letters, psyops. I've complained about psyops on my site. I have more psyops now than I had on the other channel. Bunch of fake comments, bunch of hate. Those of you that are writing hate on my videos, please stop. I'm just going to report it. We're not going to win this war with hate and violence. We're going to win this war with nonconformity. By convincing people that, for example, let's use vaccines, okay? Stop vaccinating your kid. Don't let them force you vaccination. It's a bullying. The devil use all kinds of tactics. Here, you have to do this. The devil's going to tell you. No, we don't. If everybody would just get together, educate themselves, study what's in the vaccines, you would never vaccinate your kids. So peaceful nonconformity, just refuse to do it. They cannot force everybody on planet Earth to do it. Now, what is the goal of the Democrats? I hate to use the word demons, but that's what they are. And they're not just Democrats, there's some Republican demons too. So what is their goal? To kill everybody, to get rid of everybody that doesn't agree with them, whether it's their voice or actually kill them in the flesh. They're actually using sound, what they call LRAD technology, to make people so depressed that they kill themselves. It's the same thing Russia did in Operation Woodpecker. It also makes the human body very sick too, cancerous and all kind of things like that. So they're pointing, it's called electronic harassment. That's one of the many things that they're doing. Stalking, gaslighting, following people around, harassment. Today I had some guy, well, I'm not even going to get into that. Just every day I've got some kind of issue, all right? Because I don't want to give them the satisfaction. But they try to poison you by making fires, and the poison just flows right into your house. And they've done this to me about 10 times already. They make a fire, they burn it, and next thing you know, the smoke's all over your home. That's one of their tactics. One of the many tactics I said to do. So it's like, so you can't even go outside your house, and plus eventually it gets inside the house. So they're trying to kill you or give you some type of lung cancer or whatever. And then after they build the fire and it's got some kind of toxic chemical in it, then they microwave you to death while you sleep. I mean, these people are trying to kill people and get away with it. That's all there is. It's called silent kill technology. But my goal, and this is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. All right? I'm going to be writing a letter to Southern Poverty Law Center and the White House. And I'm going to say, please shut down CNN and MSNBC. They're lying to the American people. They've committed treason in many accounts. We can list the hidden Uranium One deal, the LIBOR scandal. They covered that up. 9/11, they covered that up. That's a fact. Any physicist will tell you that's impossible. Well, let's just leave that out. Let's go with proof. Okay, Uranium One. Okay, that is treasonous act, and the crime is a public hanging. Okay, that's treason. That means Obama and Hillary Clinton should be publicly hanged. Okay, they committed treason against the United States. So if let's pick Benghazi. Okay, she lost emails. Okay, this woman is a criminal. So is her husband. The opiate wars. I mean, all these American people are on drugs. Look at how many men that could be fighting this war right now are in prison because of drugs, because of Bill Clinton. But let's start writing letters. Now, if YouTube will shut down channels because a bunch of racketeers, a bunch of psyops are writing fake letters to shut our channel down. And they're not just shutting down, listen, they're shutting down Christian churches. You should see the list. Go to the Southern Poverty Law Center and look at their list. I mean, they've got churches on the list. Okay? And let me tell you something. These are not the Orwellian brain dead churches. These are the churches that are trying to wake their congregation up. These are the real churches. The ones that are saying, hey, this is what's really going on. Instead of going, sit, stand, kneel, bow down to Joseph Smith or whatever. I mean, look, we have real churches and we have fake prophets. Who is Southern Poverty Law Center going after? The real churches. Unbelievable. And they're shutting down their voices, their YouTube channels, to where we only get to hear from who? Hitler, or Satan himself. Who controlled Hitler's mind? Satan. Who did Hitler kill? He didn't just kill Jews. He was killing conservatives. Matter of fact, the priests, the betraying Judith Iscariot priests, were out in the street pointing these people out. I read about that too. It disturbed me. I didn't just read about it, but I heard testimonies from people that actually were in the Holocaust that said, yes, the priests were pointing out conservatives. And the Gestapos would go and kill them on the spot. He's a conservative, and they would mow him down. Seriously. So, Southern Poverty Law Center, you're violating so many laws. There's so many legal ramifications that the American people could have against you. You're not going after KKK members. By the way, KKK is 11-11-11, which means 33 in Gematria. Okay, KKK was just a secret society, people. It wasn't a bunch of rednecks. It was a bunch of rednecks that joined a secret society. That's what it was. So, and by the way, a lot of them had some good arguments. Okay? And all of a sudden they were deemed, oh, they're crazy people. They hate blacks. It wasn't about that. It was about people that were fighting for something that they saw that was overwhelming their community. So I am not a fan of the KKK. If anybody puts that word in my mouth, they're a liar. However, I am a fan of people gathering and speaking truth. And if that's what the KKK was doing, then I'd like to hear it. I don't just want to hear they're evil. Okay, I want to hear their side of the story. And when they, Waco, Texas, I want to hear what this guy has to say. I want to hear the truth. I don't want to hear just one side of the story like I'm a programmed robot. If that's what the news is about, then these people are terrorists. If we've always had a trial by jury, and that means we should hear both sides of the story. Both arguments. The mainstream media doesn't let us hear both arguments. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's like their own litigation system that is so corrupt, it's unbelievable. And they're even denying that. Oh, no, we can't have a trial by jury. We're just going to say that anybody that's conservative, if you're, like Bush said, if you're not with us, you're against us. That's another Nazi statement. His father, Prescott Bush, was a Nazi, by the way. He financed Hitler. His bank, Union Bank of New York, was sieged as a communistic terrorist. And now we allowed his family, clones, adopted kids, to be presidents. They weren't adopted. These are Aryan, brain-dead zombies. If you can't tell the Bushes are brain-dead, I mean, they kill people, okay? They kill people by the millions, period. If I were the president of the United States, I certainly wouldn't be killing homeless, innocent people with no food, okay? If I'm going to kill somebody, I'm going to kill somebody that threatens freedom, liberty, God's law, period. And let me tell you something, homeless people and people that have no guns, people that have no weapons are not a threat to no one except Satan. That's it. They just don't want their spirituality vibrating love energy. They want everybody to vibrate fear, hate, revenge. You know what's so amazing is the damn lefties, the ones that don't know what the ones that haven't come out of their grave yet, they actually think that we are afraid. That blows my mind. How ignorant can it? I'm afraid? I'm the one that's afraid, right? I've been uncovering stories and truths, and I'm afraid? Oh my gosh. What is wrong with you? You're the one that's living in fear. Oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to know that. Yeah, you don't want to know it because you're afraid to know the truth. You fear going against the flesh, which is Satan himself. You fear man. You don't fear the creator. I tell you, the only thing I fear is God himself, my creator. That's the only thing I fear. I certainly have not lived a life of fear of man. And by the way, the criminally insane elite lefties, they know exactly that I have courage, passion, and they know it. And they know that the brain dead zombies, the ones that are still in their grave, there's no passion, there's no courage. They just want to go hunting and kill an animal and eat it, and then ignore, go to a football game and live their Orwellian slave life and be a stormtrooper and follow orders and do what they're told to do. It's total hypocrisy. That's what they want to live a life of a fictional character. That is cowardly. That's not courage. Courage is speaking up. And I certainly don't see anyone that I went to school with or that I knew as a friend or I've met thousands of people in my life. California, I was a businessman. I saw thousands of customers. I don't see many people speaking out. Matter of fact, I see more women with courage than I see men, to tell you the truth. So, which is pretty scary. When the women out there are fighting the fight and the men are just the men that would be fighting are in prison right now. That's my personal opinion. And that's by design. So, bunch of phony maritime law, smoking marijuana. Yeah, marijuana is now legal as long as they can mix in their freaking bullshit chemicals of poison. Now it's legal. But don't grow it in your backyard. Don't grow it naturally. So let's write some letters against CNN. Let's go to their channel and flag them and report them for their lies and their deceptions and their anti-conservatism and their anti-freedom and their anti-religion and their anti-freedom of speech and their racketeering. Let's report them for racketeering because they're paying people to get rid of us. They're paying people to write reports. We're not paid, guys, so there's no racketeering. We don't get paid. I will never get a check from George Soros or Hillary Clinton. I guarantee you that. So we can write letters against them. Not only write letters, but let's flag their videos. Okay, all of them. I'm so sick and tired of seeing every time I search a topic, boom, CNN, MSNBC at the top of the list, Fox. And by the way, CNN gets millions of views, and that's all rigged, by the way. Let's start writing some letters and flagging some YouTube channels. Let's do this ourselves, since that's what they're doing to us.